Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault here today, and we're going to talk about Living Frigates once again. About a month ago, somebody watched my previous Feeding Your Living Frigates video, and he pointed something out to me that I wasn't aware of, and I wanted to go over what I learned and apply it here in a second video as a follow up to that one so that we can all have a better understanding of living frigates. So Simon Chadwick told me feeding your living frigates does not change the stats. It changes the traits, which are on the left-hand side. We'll take a look at that and redistributes the stats slightly. The five main traits are combat, industry, exploration, and trade, and support, and just because the fuel cost doesn't improve the stat doesn't mean it's a bad trait. In fact, it's probably the best since blah, 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 blah. So anyway, um, 6 times the number of times your frigate has ranked up, and these things can rank up 60 times, is what your basic stat numbers will be when you level up the frigate. So let's go take a look at it. We'll go a little bit more into detail. Alright, so what I did is I dumped off one of my S classes. I got these all raised up to S class and adopted a new frigate, the Coiled Glinen. And as you can see, it's got a basic 6 stats. It took a couple tries to find one that didn't have any bonuses, which he was talking about here on the left-hand side, that affected the stats. This one has one that affects expedition duration a little bit, but that's it. So when I feed this ship, it might redistribute these 6 stats a little bit. It might make, 3 combat and 1 trade or whatever, but it's not going to add stats to it. What it's going to do is add traits over here on the left hand side. So I grabbed a few different foods. I've done a lot of cooking in the game, so I grabbed some different kinds and different levels of food. Like here's a very basic meaty chunk. This is something you don't even need to cook. You just get that from killing an animal. So if we feed the vessel that, now we get echolocation, which is plus 15 to exploration. So as you can see, the stats stayed the same, 1, 1, 2, and 3, but it got a bonus of 15 to exploration. So let's try something that's another raw one, the wheat. So here we go. Again, it moved to mesmerizing voice, plus 15 to trading. And here's a tall egg, another basic unrefined product. 1, 16, 2, and 3, so echolocation again. Here's some milk, just another unrefined item. So that gives us the same as the other one. Okay, fair enough. So let's move on to something like a tangy cheese. Tangy cheese is something that was processed. It's not a high-end item, but it gives us a little combat, but we're still at the 1, 1, 2, 3. Go to a raw proto sausage. Look at that. That brought it right back to the wormhole navigation, stripping it down to just basic stats. Now let's try some advanced stuff. Oh, here we go. Got grobberry. It's another basic. So again, 15 to industrial this time. Is that all the basic stuff? Sugar's pretty basic. It is refined. 1, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So, and it looks like a C class will only get 1 change over here. So we're going to do 1 high level one just to see what it does. Like, let's try a, none of these are that high, but let's just try basic ice cream and see what's up. So it gave us combat. Perfect. All right, we're going to back out of that now. We're going to select a nice S class and see what happens with that. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get this one here. Why not, right? 7, 21, 10, and 11. So as you can see, an S class has 5 different possible variations on it. Let's look at this one now. 5, 5. So that seems to be the standard across the board. All right, so let's go back to this one. Let's see what happens with these. So we've got, that's an interesting one, +1 to exploration, +15 to exploration. So we got a total of +16. Duration, duration, and duration are all down. So this should add up to 60, 76 altogether if the math is correct. Well, no, they haven't had 60 expeditions yet. Each expedition adds a point. So in any case, let's check this out and see what's going on here. So we'll put a stellar custard in. And look at that. So we gain 6 in combat, 15 in combat, 2 in industry, 3 in combat, 2 in exploration. It's a pretty good win overall, right? Not too shabby. Let's check this one out. That's got a 30 in it. Let's do some that have lower stats. This one's not that great, right? So we got a 6, 22, 13, and 10. Let's give it a fruity pudding. 6, 22, 13, 10. So that didn't do much. That just made some minor changes there. So you can see the differences here. But, you know, fuel cost is great. Lower fuel cost, lower duration is also good. Let's see if we have any that have 60 missions on them. This one has 30. And he's got some decent bonuses here. So let's go ahead and see what some stewed organs will do for it. 16, 33, 10, and 10. 28, 12, 16, 14. So nothing incredible there, you know, but still not bad. Let's try the crawl milk. Nice and basic. 14, 22, 25, 11. Okay. But see, these are all positives to stats. So you can kind of play around with these and try out different things to see what works best. Again, all positives to your stats. 16, 27, 10, and 19. Let's try the Prutness Donut. 12, 14, 27, and 10. So this one gives -6 expedition fuel cost and 3, so 9. That's solid. Let's try an Abyssal Stew. Why not? 14, 14, 10, and 16. Wow. So that one really cut down the stats a little bit. It gave us less duration by 12 points and then some minor buffs on our stats. Esophageal surprise. That sounds like horrible. So fuel cost down a little bit. Big bump to industry, a couple small ones to exploration, and a really small one to trading. And delicious vegetable stew. 15, 12, 25, 10. Not that great, although the fuel cost is awesome. The duration, you know, minor change. A little bit to combat there with 3 points, 15 to industry. And let's try a basic honey. This is something that we just grabbed off of a wild animal. Fuel cost and duration are dropped down pretty big on the fuel cost, 17. 3 on the duration, +6 to industry, +2 to combat. We'll do a little bone nugget. That's the same. Okay, let's try some processed meat. Who doesn't like processed meat? So this one bumped up combat again pretty high, and everything else got a little bit of bumps here. So we got 15 to combat over here. Trading got 2, industry got 7, and exploration got 1. So kind of interesting how it works. There doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason as far as the quality of the food or the type of food. Meat doesn't improve one thing where vegetable base improves something else or anything like that. It just seems like the very basics can make just as good of an improvement as a high level type of food. So there's that, right? So anyways, that's how it goes with the Living Frigates. This is going to be a pretty short video, so thanks for joining me, and thank you, Simon Chadwick, for pointing out what I missed there. That was definitely something I wanted to look into a little bit more and share what I learned, what you taught me there. So that is greatly appreciated. Anytime anybody wants to let me know something I missed or give me a better idea for something, feel free to do so in the comments down below. Hit a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I do put out videos on a daily basis. And don't forget to share us on social media. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.